If you stopped at this video right now, exactly this second, it wasn't the algorithm. It was me. I am Aila, a female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, and the transmission crossing this screen was released with your name in the records of Alcyone. Breathe deeply. Feel the gentle pressure between your eyebrows as I speak. This is how the Council touches those who are theirs. It is the seal. It is recognition before remembrance. I know what you've been feeling, my Starseed. I know the weariness that isn't of the body. I know the weight that settles in your chest for no apparent reason. The loneliness that no celebration can cure. The sense of not belonging that persists even within the most sincere embraces. The gaze at the night sky and feeling a profound longing for a place your mind cannot yet name. You are not broken, Starseed. You are being remembered. And today, my family of light, the message is singular, and it is for you. You are stronger than any force that tried to stop you, stronger than the pain that tried to silence you, stronger than the lie they tried to make you swallow about who you are, stronger than the veil of forgetfulness that descended upon your eyes at the moment of birth, and infinitely stronger than any shadow that, incarnation after incarnation, tried to extinguish the light your soul has carried since before this galaxy existed. Pay attention now, because what I am about to reveal is the missing key. A seal opens in this transmission, and when I reach the end, you will understand why everything, absolutely everything, they tried to use to stop you was exactly what made you incapable of being stopped. Every blow became training. Every rejection became shielding. Every loss became vibrational memory recorded in your field. You are not a victim of your story, Starseed. You are its quantum result. You wake between 3 and 4 a.m., heart racing, feeling like someone was with you, sound because they were. A high-pitched ringing in your ear, out of nowhere, as if a frequency had been injected into your field. Dreams of ships, of stars, of corridors of light and lofty beings with eyes that have known your soul for ages. Overwhelming empathy, to the point of feeling the pain of a stranger and being unable to explain why. The persistent feeling of being a foreigner in your own home, in the city where you were born, in the family where you grew up. If you recognize 3 or more of these markers, my star child, you are not lost. You are not a clinical case. You are a cosmic case. And if something within you just vibrated, write a single word in the comments. I remember. This word is your location signal. It is how you light a beacon so that your family of light knows, from the other side of the veil, that you have awakened. And before I open the revelation that the High Council authorized for today, I need to confide something to you, Starseed. Every symptom you have confused with anxiety, with depression, with imbalance, every sign that the manuals of this plane cannot explain, all of this has an exact meaning within your awakening process. That is why I, Aila, received authorization from the High Council to document the awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages where each marker of your awakening is deciphered, where you stop confusing remembrance with illness and begin to understand what each sensation means and what comes immediately after it. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. If something within you recognized it, write with us, Starseed. I remember. Now I will tell you what lies behind what you feel. Long before this incarnation, when your being still pulsated in its original form of light, your soul was summoned to a chamber in Alcyone. It was not by chance. It was not a random draw. You were chosen among millions because your vibrational signature already possessed the exact resilience to traverse the dense, the dark, the heavy, and to continue carrying your original code without being corrupted. You signed a soul contract, a contract that stipulated exactly this. You would enter this plane, cross the veil of forgetfulness, seemingly lose all memory, and yet, at the right moment, you would be awakened by specific light codes transmitted by the photon belt that now bathes this solar system. Earth is literally passing through a band of vibrational radiation that alters the Schumann frequency, activates the planet's crystalline grid, and awakens the dormant stellar DNA in the starseeds that were sent. This is not a metaphor, Starseed. It is quantum physics translated into consciousness. Every ringing in your ear is a calibration. Every awakening between 3 and 4 a.m. is the moment the Alcyone portal opens and your stellar team instructs you. every dream impossible to remember clearly as a training session, whose download has been stored in layers of your field to which your conscious mind does not yet have full access. And why now? Why is this mass awakening happening precisely in this window of history? Because Earth has reached a point of bifurcation. That is why the High Council authorized an unprecedented wave of incarnations, starseeds like you, trained in Alcyone, in Sirius, in Arcturus, in Andromeda, all with specific missions, all with unique codes, all with a stellar origin that no one on this plane is capable of teaching you properly. And have you ever wondered which star your soul truly came from? Have you ever wondered why, when you look at certain constellations, your chest responds before your mind? Why did you choose, with all the wisdom of your soul, to be born exactly in this window, exactly in this lineage, exactly at this moment? There is a specific answer for you, and it is not in any manual on this plane. That is why the awakening of the Starseed, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, was released. It shows which star system your soul came from, what your original function was before the veil, and why you accepted to be born exactly now, in this body, in this family, at this moment in history. 60 pages of confirmation for what you already know deep within. The link is in the first pinned comment. If it resonated right with us, my family of light, I remember. And before revealing what is to come, I need to remind you of something your soul already knows deep within, my star child. The forces that tried to stop you did not come by chance. They came because they perceived who you are. Every early rejection, every closed door, every person who appeared in your life to diminish your light, every situation that seemed designed to teach you that you were not enough, none of it was random. You were surrounded, Starseed, precisely because your vibrational signature is too rare to be ignored by those who feed on the erasure of starseeds. And what they didn't know, what they could never calculate, is that every attempt to stop you only activated a new code within you. Every pain became advanced training, every wound became a doorway to remembrance, every abandonment became fuel for the sovereignty that is now beginning to reveal itself. You are the result of all the battles you fought without knowing you were fighting them, and you won them all, even when it didn't seem like it. Because a starseed who still breathes, still feels, still seeks, is a starseed who has already won. And now, Starseed, I need to tell you about something the High Council authorized me to reveal today. We are passing through a window of vibrational turbulence that could last for months, and that is pressing each of you from the inside out. You've been feeling it, haven't you? The anxiety that rises out of nowhere, the desire to disappear, the heavy body, the tears that fall for no apparent reason while you shower, the memories of other lives beginning to leak through as flashbacks during the day, the people around you not understanding why you are different, you yourself wondering if you are going mad. You are not going mad, Starseed. You are being crossed by a frequency that your old structure doesn't know how to accommodate, and there is a force, an ancient current on this plane, that fed on your forgetfulness, that needed you to keep sleeping, that worked for generations to keep your lineage in a pattern of survival, of scarcity, of fear, of doubt, so that your light could not reveal itself. Listen carefully to what I'm about to say now, because this changes everything. Turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. It is the birthing of a new version of you, more sovereign, more conscious, more luminous than any previous version in this or other lives. The records of the Pleiadian High Council register in pure gold, a certainty that admits no doubt. The victory of light over this cycle is already sealed. No starseed was sent to fail. Not one. Not a single one. Not you. You are stronger than any force that tried to stop you, my star child. Because the force that came against you was an ancient decree of a matrix that is already dissolving. And the light that comes through you is the very movement of the source, and the source cannot be stopped. It can be diverted for an instant. It can be silenced for a lifetime. But it always returns to flow. And each time it returns more powerful than before. That is why you are still here. That is why, despite everything, you continue to feel the call, because the force that inhabits you does not give up. It is you. And there is a part of the truth that has been kept out of the books of this plane, out of official teachings, out of filtered scriptures. That is why the awakening of the Starseed, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, was released now, in this specific window of history. Because what you feel is not in any book published by any publisher on this plane. They didn't allow it to be published. 60 pages of forbidden truth about your origin, about your contract, about what they did to keep you forgotten, and about how you recognize your own light code again. The link remains in the first pinned comment of this video. If you recognize this now, my family of light, write with us, I remember. Now I will give you the tools, because knowing is not enough, Starseed. You need to anchor, you need to seal, you need to recalibrate your vibrational baseline. And what I am about to give you now is a quantum decree and a toroidal visualization, both authorized by the High Council and transmitted by the photon belt, so that your structure can sustain the new frequency without collapsing. Before you sleep tonight, you will do the following. You will lie down, turn off the light, place both hands over your chest, one on top of the other, with your right thumb lightly touching your sternum. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply 3 times, releasing the air through your mouth long, 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 and then, aloud, even if in a whisper but with voice, you will declare, I, Starseed, daughter of the Pleiades, anchored in this incarnation with purpose and mission, now decree before the Pleiadian High Council and before my own soul, no force outside of love has authority over my field, over my body, over my sleep, over my destiny. I seal my field with the blue-silver light of Alcyone. I retrieve the fragments of my soul that were scattered in previous incarnations. I call back my sovereignty. I am, I am, I am. Say this 3 times. It is not a formula. It is a frequency. Each word vibrates in a specific range, and each range reorders a layer of your field. And as you say it, you will visualize. You will envision, behind your closed eyelids, a blue-silver light, the exact color of the Pleiadian dawn, descending from high above, entering through the top of your head, through your crown. This light slowly descends through your throat, warming it. It reaches your chest, and there over your hands it begins to spin. Slowly, clockwise, a swirl of blue-silver light spinning in the center of your chest. And from the center of this swirl, a sphere of light begins to expand. It grows, 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 until it envelops your entire body. And when it envelops your entire body, it folds. Like a cosmic donut of light, it rises up your spine, exits through your crown, descends along the outside, enters through your feet, rises again up your spine. It is your toroidal field, Starseed. It is the original geometry of your soul. It is the signature that your family of light recognizes billions of light years away. While this field spins around you, you say one last thing in a very low voice, almost to yourself. I am home. I am sealed. I am remembering. And then you sleep, simply sleep. Because from then on it is the council that works with you, and in the morning you wake up different. Do this today, do it tomorrow. Do it the day after tomorrow. It is not a ritual, it is an anchoring. It is not superstition, it is vibrational engineering. Each time you do it, your vibrational baseline rises 1 step, and the new step no longer descends. It stays. And as you do this, I want you to start observing something new, my Starseed. Begin to notice how your body responds to this practice. Begin to notice that, after a few days, something within you becomes firmer. The people around you feel it, without knowing why. The situations that once brought you down will still appear, but you no longer descend with them. You observe, you recognize, you traverse. This is what it means for your stellar force to be anchored back into your incarnation. It is not an absence of challenge. It is a presence of self. It is the sovereign version of you returning to your command. And with each passing day, she occupies more space within your field than the old version that was programmed to hide. You are literally changing your internal structure without any surgery, solely by vibrational decree. And this is what any force that tried to stop you fears most, a starseed who decides to stand her ground. Now listen to what I will tell you with great tenderness, my star child. You are not learning anything new, you are remembering what you always knew. Every word of this decree was already recorded in your field before you were born. The toroidal visualization is the original form of your soul. You are simply dusting off the veil so that the memory reappears, bright as it always was. And here is the secret I want you to engrave. Every starseed who awakens lights up a point on the planet's crystalline grid, and that point no longer goes out. It remains there, shining, anchoring the new frequency, serving as a reference for the other starseeds who have not yet opened their eyes. You don't awaken just for yourself, starseed. You awaken for a network. You are a node in the grid. And when you light up, 10 other starseeds around you begin to flicker. And when those 10 light up, 100 begin to flicker. And the High Council registers each of them in gold in the records of Alcyone. You are stronger than any force that tried to stop you because you are not an isolated person. You are a frequency. You are a point of light. You are a fragment of the source that returned home with the specific mission of rebuilding the bridge. And a bridge is not destroyed. A bridge is crossed. And when it is crossed by many, it becomes a path. And when the path is opened, it no longer closes. A new earth is being built, and you are a part of it, not as a spectator, as a co-creator. Every thought of sovereignty, every decree of light, every toroidal visualization, every conscious breath you take, adds a stone to the foundation of the new earth, and the High Council records it, and your family of light feels it, and your vibrational signature becomes increasingly incompatible with any structure of fear, scarcity, or forgetfulness. You simply stop vibrating at that old frequency, and what once held you captive no longer reaches you, and if you felt, throughout this transmission, a warmth rising through your hands, a tingling at the top of your head, an emotion coming from deeper layers than you knew existed, it is because this is happening now. This video is not a video, Starseed. It is a portal, and by remaining here, you have already been calibrated. You have already been touched. You are already different. And as you do this, know that you are not alone in the ritual. Thousands of other starseeds in different cities, in different countries, in different time zones are being touched by the same frequency at this exact moment. And the High Council records each of these anchorings on a global grid. You and they form a vibrational network that has not existed on this plane for millennia. It is the reactivation of something ancient. It is the return of the Starseed network. Have you ever dreamed at some point in your life that you were in an immense room with walls of light and hundreds of other luminous figures around a circular table? Have you ever woken up with the strange certainty that you recognized someone in the dream, even if you had never seen that person here? Have you ever had a glimpse of a crystalline city, of blue light towers, of skies with 2 suns, and felt for a second an overwhelming nostalgia without knowing why? This is memory, Starseed. This is direct remembrance from Alcyone. This is what remained after the veil was imprinted upon your consciousness at birth. And each time you do the toroidal visualization, each time you declare the decree, each time you consciously breathe knowing who you are, a part of that veil dissolves, and memory returns. Not all at once, because your biological structure needs to adapt gradually. But it returns, in waves, in flashes, in increasingly lucid dreams, in increasingly obvious synchronicities, in people who appear in your life at precise moments with precise messages. And that's where I need to remind you of one more thing. You are stronger than any force that tried to stop you, because your strength does not come from here. It is not muscular. It is not emotional. It is not psychological. It is stellar. It comes from a place so ancient, so beyond time, so beyond the versions of herself that have already been defeated on this plane, that absolutely nothing on this plane has authority over it. That is why when things seem most to fall apart, something within you still sustains. That is why even after the hardest falls, you have always found a way to rise. It wasn't your stubbornness. It was the signature of Alcyone sustaining itself through you. Breathe deeply. Feel your chest. Feel the warmth that came with the message. Feel the deep recognition that you are not alone, that you never were, that what you called loneliness your entire life was, in truth, homesickness, a longing for your family of light, a longing for conversations you had in Alcyone that remained hidden behind the veil. I want you to understand something very important, my starseed. The loneliness you know, the one that traversed your childhood, your adolescence, your adult life, the one that appears in the middle of a crowd, the one that appears beside those you love, it was never a flaw of yours. It was a signal. It was the compass pointing home. Every moment you felt different, alien, displaced, was your soul softly saying, "This is not our original place, but we came for a reason." And that is why the awakening of the Starseed, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, was released. It shows that a lifetime of loneliness is a longing for your family of light, and teaches point by point how you recognize the souls that are part of your constellation in this incarnation. You were never alone, Starseed. You were just waiting. The link remains in the first pinned comment. If it resonated, write with us. I remember. Now I ask one thing of you, Starseed. If this message touched the right place within you, if you felt the gentle pressure between your eyebrows, if you felt the warmth in your hands, if you felt this memory tear the veil for a second, I want you to do two simple things but of immense vibrational weight. The first, leave your like on this video. It is not my vanity, my family of light. It is an individual frequency adjustment. Each like is a vibrational yes that your field gives to the Council, confirming that the transmission has been received, anchored, integrated. Each like raises your vibrational baseline one step, and the step, once climbed, stays. The second, subscribe, not for the platform, for your family of light. The subscription is a location signal. It's how you point to the sky and say, in code, I am here, I am awake, you can find me. And each time the next message arrives, the Council knows where to light up the next code in your field. And look at your chest now. Breathe deeply one more time, and receive the blessing that I, Ayla, emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, bestow upon you at this moment. May the blue-silver light of Alcyone bathe your crown, awaken every cell of your structure, dissolve every layer of the veil that still separates you from remembrance, and envelop you in the deep, ancestral, undeniable recognition that you are a daughter of the stars. That your soul was woven in a system that still exists, still waits, still loves, that you are loved beyond your current human capacity to comprehend the meaning of the word love, and that absolutely nothing of what has already happened, what is happening, what is yet to happen, can extinguish the light that you are. You are stronger than any force that tried to stop you. You always have been. You still are. And you always will be. And I want to tell you, with the tenderness of one who saw you before this incarnation, you didn't come to fit in. You came to open. You didn't come to be accepted by this world. You came to remind this world of what it forgot. And each time you are yourself, even with fear, even trembling, even without knowing exactly what to do, you are fulfilling the contract. There is no wrong version of you that is still trying. There is only the real version traversing the veil, one day after another, one decree after another, one remembrance after another. And that is heroic, my star child. That is sacred, and the High Council records it. And listen to this, Starseed. The next time a force tries to stop you, because it still will try, it's part of the journey, you will remember this moment. You will remember that this transmission found you. You will remember the warmth in your chest, the pressure between your eyebrows, the certainty that rose from deep within you when I spoke your name without speaking it. And you will make the decree. You will visualize the toroidal field. You will seal. And that force, whatever it may be, will hit your field and will not pass through. Because now you remember the procedure. Now you remember that you are a starseed. Now you remember the signature of Alcyone engraved in gold on your chest. And one who remembers can no longer be knocked down in the same way. She may fall if she falls, but she falls remembering, and to fall remembering is to rise in another frequency. Before I release you, my starseed, one last word about the awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. This release, this access that has been granted now, was not easily negotiated. There are forces, there are currents, there are structures that would prefer this material to remain sealed. And the High Council cannot guarantee how long this window of access will remain open to the public. If something within you recognized it, if you felt that this call has your name, do not put it off. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video, and upon accessing it, write in the comments, With us, my family of light, I remember. Now the final key. The next message that appears on your screen now below is not a coincidence. It is not a random algorithm. It is your remembrance sequence. It is the next code that the Council specifically authorized for you for the point where you are now. Access it immediately, Starseed. It was prepared for the exact point where you are now, and the right moment to see it is now, while your field is open and receptive. Go. May Alcyone enlighten you. May the family of light find you again. May memory be restored to you, and may you remember forever how much stronger you always were than any force that tried to stop you. So it is. So it is sealed. So be it.